Welcome to the Deadlifts and Pizza podcast, where we discuss no BS fitness and nutrition.
We're your hosts. I'm Laura.
And I'm Jaime.
Let's get into it.
What's up, Laura?
Nothing. How are you?
I'm moving so slow today.
Yeah.
Yeah. The winter has hit Texas.
What is
50 outside.
Oh no.
Really.
No.
Pray for me. It's funny how quickly you adapt. I think it's more mental because like when we were in Korea, or even when I'm from Maryland, but it's like you kind of just, you know what to expect. So I think mentally it's more of a like mental adaptation because I know what to expect in the winter. But because I'm in Texas now, I've been bragging about how it's like, oh yeah, it's like 80 in November and we're still using the pool. Like, and then so it's like, I know it's coming, but then when it hits, it's like, fuck, like, damn it.
I definitely think it's more than just mental.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, yeah. I feel like I complain more about being cold here than I did in Korea. Maybe that's not true. Maybe I complained a lot. I don't remember. Anyway, I'm cold. And I don't know. I think it's just, I don't know. I'm in one of those weird moods today.
Yeah.
You can't explain. You're just like, meh.
It's supposed to be 1 degree tomorrow. Is the low?
Low?
Like already in November? Or no, it's December. Beginning of December.
I take it all back. Oh my God.
Yeah. That's cold for December. That's January weather.
That's cold for regular.
Yeah, but in January, it's kind of normal,
I have a friend that moved to Alaska.
Oh, geez.
She's actually from San Antonio, I think, but I met her in Korea. And her husband's family still lives here. So we talked about how we'll see each other again in San Antonio. And she thought they might end up coming back to Texas because they're military, but they ended up sending them to Alaska. So it was like the opposite of what, And so it's so interesting because she's been sending me, I feel like once a month, she'll send me like an update text. And she's sending me like moose, like on the way to drop off her kid at school.
That's cool.
And like, it's currently, the sun only comes up for like 2 hours a day and it just barely crests the horizon, And I said something about, she said, how's the weather? And I said something about, it's cold here. It's like 50 or 45, 49 or something. And she was like, oh, it's kind of getting warmer here. We're finally back into like the positive numbers for like a week. And I was like, oh God.
Yeah, no, that's even too much for me.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say even for me because it's not like I'm like.
Upstate New York, I feel like.
Yeah, it's cold here, but I'm not like somebody who's like, I love the cold. Like I'm still a little bit of a baby with the cold, but
yeah.
Not as much as the people who live down south.
Yeah, that's true. Once it hits like 70 here, you see people like busting out their winter coats.
That's hilarious.
It makes me laugh.
70 is like perfect weather.
Yeah.
Well,
2 years ago, 2.5, whatever, when we lived here before, there was a day where they canceled school because it hit 30. Like the high was going to be 30. And they canceled school. And at first we got this notification like the day before, like, because this is when they had uniforms. They don't have uniform anymore, but they were like, your kid doesn't have to wear their uniform. They can wear sweatpants because it's going to be so cold. And then the next morning it was like, actually, never mind. We're canceling school.
Oh my goodness.
All right. That's a little, come on, Texas. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't know why this happens when we podcast. We just got a cramp in my abs again.
That's weird.
I don't know what it is. It must be
it my voice? I feel like.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead because I was going to switch topics.
I was just going to say real quick, they canceled school. I remember like maybe once when I was a kid when it was like negative 20 something outside and they were like, yeah, we're going to cancel. Yeah.
What about snow? You can get snow days?
Oh, snow. Yeah. I'm just talking about temperature. Snow days, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
had a snow day yesterday. Yeah. Is the snow gone?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry if you can hear my feet squeaking.
That was a good squeak.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry.
I feel like we have a fun one today. You've got some fun topics and I've got a fun one.
Yeah. How about we do mine and then we'll do yours. And if we have time, we could do my other one.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Yep.
All right. So I know we wanted to do an episode where we talked about supplements, like maybe an episode where we're like, okay, these supplements are actually worth it. And I still think that might be like a good idea to do because I could talk about things that are a little more obscure and random that people maybe don't know about, right? But today is going to be more mainstream, things that are a little bit more common. But I saw this a clip from Mind Pump doing this, and I thought that was a good idea. Do you ever see people where they rank things and they'll do it from like S tier to F tier?
Oh yeah.
So I don't know what S stands for.
I was
Super,
just about to say F makes sense.
super,
'Cause if you're thinking of
superior, spectacular. I don't know.
like
Yeah.
grading
So
stuff.
S means like the best, right? All the way to F, which is like fail. So
Well,
S,
what are the
A, B,
middle?
C, D, F.
S, A, B, C, D?
S, A, B, C, D, F. Yes.
No, take away S. We'll just start with A.
No.
That doesn't make any
That's the
sense.
way it's done, and everybody does it that way.
Are you for real? This is
Yeah.
a thing? I've never
Yes.
heard this before.
No, that's how they all do
No.
it. S is the top, and I think it means super, maybe, or superior, or
That's what A already is. It means you're super.
I know, but it's like an extra one because you're
It's
like
so great.
It's so great. It's above an
Okay.
A.
So for this ranking system, does there have to be one in each grading system?
No. You can put them wherever you want. Yeah.
Okay.
You can have multiple ones in different categories.
Okay. So have you already ranked some supplements? Or
I have ideas of where I want to put them. Yeah.
Do you have a list of supplements?
I have a list of supplements.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Right.
You can add something if I don't mention something, but this is a pretty big list.
I doubt I'll have something that you haven't mentioned.
And it's like I said, it's common ones. But so if you don't have an opinion, because obviously I made this list, if it's something that you like, I didn't research that enough to have an opinion. That's obviously fine. Okay. So yeah, we're going to rank them. S, best. F is like, don't buy this. Don't waste your money on this.
All right.
Okay. Protein powder.
Protein powder. See, I don't think any supplements are like, S. I think you could get, I mean, food would be S, right? Like, I can't think of any supplements. Protein powder. I guess A. I think I'd give it an A. Because I think protein powder, depending obviously on the brand and stuff like that, can be very useful for people who aren't meeting their protein needs. Mm-hmm. I don't think you need it. I don't think, that's why I wouldn't put it in an S. I wouldn't recommend my stepmother really wanted to start increasing her protein, and her first question was, which protein powder should I buy? So that's where I'm like, so where did you put it?
I was debating between A and B. I chose B because I think it's very helpful, like you said, for people who aren't meeting their protein goals. So if you're somebody who's just like a scoop or less a day, then I would probably actually put it in A. But I think not most people, I think a lot of people overuse it and they have to put protein in everything, and they're relying on this. And the other reason I put it in B is because supplements should be used as supplements, right? So it should be like, I'm using this because it's really hard for me to get somewhere else. I really think whole food is always going to be better. And protein is readily available. Like, it's not something that it's very hard to find, right? So I think most people should be able to get protein from their diet without taking a supplement. But I also know that it's very convenient. It's a very easy way to get, that added protein, and I use it, right? But I would put it as in B because it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm curious if there's any that you put in an A or an S.
I did.
You did. Do you have any that are an S?
I do. I have two.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. BCAAs.
Oh, I thought you were saying the letters of the ranking. I was like, wrong order. BCAAs. C or D. I'd give those. I can give my reasoning.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Branched chain amino acids. If you're already eating enough protein, you're already getting them. And if you're not eating enough protein, then you need to eat more protein and not supplement with BCAAs, because you're not getting complete protein profile or nutrient profile. The reason I didn't, give it an F or did I say maybe a D? I said maybe a D. C or D. The reason I wouldn't give it an F is because there could be some benefit for certain situations. Like for somebody who is vegan, because a lot of the BCAAs, those amino acids are found in meat. And so if you're vegan and you're kind of like unsure if you're getting enough or not paying attention, so you are getting enough protein, but you do have, you're wondering if maybe you do have a gap in the amino acid profile, then I could see that being useful. Or if you train in the morning fasted and you don't eat until noon and you're unwilling to change that structure, I could see it being useful because you're getting those amino acids straight to your muscles for muscle protein synthesis when you don't have anything in you. But I don't think most people go at it with that intention. I think they're just like, oh, I heard this was good, I'm going to take it. And then you're flushing money. You literally pee it out because.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I put it in D for all of those reasons. And also, it's not even all of the essential amino acids. So even if you're vegan, like getting an essential amino acid mixture would probably be better. So you're getting all of them.
What are in BCAAs? Is it all 9 of the essentials?
No, there's only 3.
It's
I don't
leucine,
even remember which. Leucine.
Lycopene maybe, and one other. I know it's leucine.
It's lycopene isn't an amino acid.
Oh, what's the other L one? Leucine, there's another L one.
Why there? We should know this, but we
9 essential. I mean, lycopene is a nutrient. I need to know them now. Oh no, wait. I need to know these now. Is there another L one? Do you know them? Leucine.
There's isoleucine.
Isoleucine, lysine.
Lysine, that's what it was.
Lysine, lycopene. Okay. Histidine. This one, phenylalanine, valine, threonine.
I should know them all, but I don't know them all.
Tryptophan.
Tyrosine, is tyrosine
yeah.
essential?
No,
all right.
That one's not on here.
It's not on there?
Nope, you're wrong.
Oh. Okay.
Gotta edit that segment.
Fish oil or omega-3s?
Hold on, let me see where we're at in the time. I'm going to cut out some of the chatter. I'm going to keep the bulk of it. There was when I'm starting to look up.
Okay.
Okay, what was the next one?
Fish oil or omega-3s?
A. Again, I feel like I wonder what you're going to give an S to, because I'm trying to think. An A, because proven benefits of, getting a better fatty acid profile and ratio, right? Lowering inflammation, et cetera, et cetera. But you really should just eat more fish also, though. And you wouldn't necessarily need to supplement. If you need to eat fatty fish like 3 times a week, though. And I think a lot of people don't. Eat that much fish. So right. A, I'd give it an A. What would you give it?
S. This is the one I'm giving an S. Yes.
Wow.
Because almost everybody could take this and see positive benefits, right?
Yeah, nothing's going to happen if you eat fish 3 times a week and take omega-3s.
No,
there's nothing wrong with that.
No, it would still probably be a better ratio than you're in. Because even if you eat fish 3 times a week, you're probably still in the wrong ratio because people just get so many omega-6s, so many omega-9s. You need to, on our diet, it's just very hard to find enough omega-3s. And I think this is one that almost everybody could see positive benefits from. And it's like, you're not going to overdose on it like you could, right. Like, I'm going to take magnesium, but I don't need magnesium, and it's really harming me if I take it, right? So this is like one of the few that it's very risk-free, I guess. Nothing is perfectly risk-free, but yeah. So I'm going to give it S.
I wonder, there's another one that I think you're probably going to give an S to. I think I can guess it.
You probably know what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you even saying that just confirmed it for me.
Yeah. And I thought about putting it in A, but I'm like, no, it's going in S.
This other one or omega-3s?
This other one.
And this other one, yeah, okay, go
ahead. We'll get to it. Okay. I did want to put it next. I don't want to put up all the S's. Okay, electrolytes.
B.
Okay.
B. Solid B.
Okay.
I love electrolytes. I notice a big difference when I take electrolytes. I don't think everybody, I feel like this is one of those things there's people that will say like, oh, I start my day with my electrolytes, LMNT, 1,000 milligrams of sodium. Like that's what everybody should be doing.
Yeah.
And then there's people that are like, unless you live in an extremely hot climate and you're intensely sweating 2 hours a day, you don't need electrolytes. And I just feel like there's a middle zone.
Yeah.
And like, I read things from people that I respect on like either side. And I'm like, no, the answer really is in the gray zone, because I, don't need that much sodium and that much, whatever in every day. But I also like, I do live in a hot climate. I'm not sweating that much, but I notice instant like energy and this feeling of like clarity when I have electrolytes on days where I can tell that I need it.
Yeah, I put it in C, and I agree, because I do use LMNT or Element. I've heard it's LMNT, Element, whatever. And I don't use a whole package, or a whole packet, but I got the sample pack, right? And it was free. You just had to pay for shipping. It was like one of those things where someone was an affiliate. So I got like the sample pack, and I thought it was something that I was just going to try and then be like, whatever, that was at least like, I'm not going to buy that again. It's a waste of money. But I started using it and I was like, wow, I feel the difference when I take this. Like, I think this is actually beneficial.
Yes.
Right? Most things I'm like, no, I don't think so. But I still put it in C, because I don't think most people need it. And I think it's like over promoted, and Element C has, like you said, like 1,000 milligrams. It's a lot in one packet. So I think people already get too much salt in their diet. So, and the people who created that, I think they did it for like CrossFit athletes or something like that, right? And people who eat a paleo diet.
Yeah, people are eating paleo diets, because that's the thing too. If you're not, if you're eating like completely whole foods, you're probably under consuming sodium.
Yeah, and then a lot of electrolyte, like a lot of them taste really bad, and I don't really like the fake flavors of them. Like, these are the only ones I actually like the taste of them and stuff. So I still put it in C though, because I think a lot of people don't need them. Yeah,
I would give it a B, because I think more people than probably.
That makes sense. I think that's fair.
I think it's actually more. Like, a lot of times when I have clients who are like kind of looking for something else, or like, is there any, I don't really want to take pre-workout, something, like sometimes I feel kind of sluggish, sometimes like try electrolytes, honestly, because that's I notice a big difference.
Definitely. Okay. Pre-workout.
D.
Okay.
D. There's part of me that's just as like kind of like that raw dog, like hardcore, like, if you need a pre-workout in order to get your work, come on. Like,
yeah,
like I do it every day without it. You can too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like a little coffee. Like, I like afternoon coffee and then working out after that or whatever. Like, I like that. Like, I use caffeine as like a pre-workout, or like a Rice Krispies treat. If I really am feeling like sluggish, it's almost like a reward. Like, oh, I'm going to have this little treat and then I'm going to use that sugar in my workout. I also think that, a lot of pre-workouts have so many caffeine and stimulants that can literally be dangerous for people with heart palpitations and stuff like that. But I can also see the benefit. Like, I know Jordan Syatt posted recently that he like never uses pre-workout, but now that he's a parent of like a baby or 2 toddlers, basically, every once in a while when he's feeling especially like, I do not want to do this workout, he'll take like a quarter of a serving or something like that. So I could get behind it for like things like that. Like, okay, you get a good brand, you take a very small amount to be cautious, but it's kind of like this little bit of a boost when you feel like you need it. But a lot of people are like, oh, downing my pre-workout, gotta go to the gym now, because otherwise I'm gonna be like buzzing. And I'm like, that feels unsafe.
Yeah, no, I agree. I put it as C, but I think I agree with you. I think I would say it's a high D. Like a high D
like
tier.
A 69%. Almost a C.
Yeah. I think, just caffeine. Caffeine is there's a lot of research and stuff around caffeine and how it is beneficial for you. So it's not like there's no benefit for it. And then there's
how
other
much caffeine? Do you know how much caffeine is in the like some
it depends on
pre-workouts?
which ones you get.
Yeah.
Like the one I have is like I don't know how much it is, but I use like the smallest, tiniest little bit because I'm super sensitive to caffeine.
Yeah.
So it depends. Like you can do that. You don't have to use the full amount that's in there.
Yeah.
It's just that if it has all this other stuff in there, so like beta alanine is usually something they put in there, stuff like that, which also has research that shows that it can help. Like it's all going to be very minimal. You're not going to notice really that big of a difference, but you're going to get smaller amounts of those if you're using less, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
All right. Next.
How many more are there?
A lot. I have a big list.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I shouldn't say a lot, but we're little less than halfway through. Creatine.
S.
S.
Is that the one?
Yes.
Okay. S. Creatine is like a super supplement, I feel.
It is. Yeah.
Like the more and more, I think even just a few months ago, I wasn't broadly recommending it. I was still like, I mean, if you're in these specific categories, but now I'm like, dude, everybody should take it. Like, I feel like just everybody should take it. And like I said, I think last podcast, it's not like you're going to notice this difference, but the benefits that it's showing to have on like cognitive, especially I work with like women who are like, you know, over 35, over 40, 45. So thinking about aging and all of that stuff, but the cognitive benefits of creatine alone, I would say creatine supplementation.
Yeah, I gave it S too. And then the other reason like I'm giving it an S is because all the benefits it has, like you said, but also because like it's very hard to get enough from your diet, right? It's very hard to get enough, even if you eat a lot of meat and things. So to me, I'm going to try as hard as I can to get everything from my diet. And if I can't, that's what supplements are for, right? Supplement, not replacement. Supplement.
So why, I'm always thinking this way, like I'm always doing this, like from an evolutionary standpoint, why is it hard to get enough creatine in our diets if it's so beneficial?
I would assume that we used to eat more meat, and there might be other parts of I don't know what parts of the animal have the most in it that maybe we don't eat anymore.
Do you have CoQ10 on your list?
I do not, because it's not one that people talk about a lot.
I was listening to the podcast I sent you. They talked about CoQ10, and I thought it was interesting. But that one was something he was talking about. You know, really, we should be eating head to tail. I think he said mouth to tail or something. If you're going to eat animals, that's actually how we should
nose
be.
to tail.
Nose to tail. We should be eating the organs. We should be eating, but we weren't raised that way, and so that feels weird. Because I turned to my husband, I was like, I logically agree with everything he's saying. My body says
eat heart.
Like I'm not going to do it. Like, is there another way? Like because I can't. It's just like the same thing. I logically agree with eating bugs. We should be eating insects. What a great way to get protein in that's sustainable.
Yeah.
I will not. I absolutely will not do it. So I don't know, man. But yeah, that's a good point. I think there's probably more creatine to be found in probably other parts of the animal, that we are just dumb humans and we do things our own way. You know, I'm hardcore. I was going to say carnivore, but I guess omnivore, right? I could never be a vegan, right? Yeah.
I love animals, but I can understand like some people who don't want to eat animals because it kind of grosses them out. That's how I would feel if I was eating heart. Like I don't know why it's different, but it would make me feel like, like I'm like a savage over here.
Yeah. So it says here, red meat, so like, you know, is one of the richest sources of creatine, providing about 1 to 2 grams per pound. And fatty fish like salmon, herring, and tuna contain significant amounts of creatine, with up to 1.5 to 2 grams per pound.
Maybe that's why people used to eat more fish.
1 to 2. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm like shaking because I'm so cold.
Oh, go get a blanket. Go get a coat.
I should.
Creatine is naturally found in organ meats, particularly in red meat and poultry.
Okay.
They're particularly high in creatine organ meats. Yep. So there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. You're really excited because it says 5 to 6 grams of creatine per kilo of muscle tissue, but I think the other was a different measurement. So I was like, 5 to 6 grams. of creatine per kilo. That's a lot, not per pound. Anyway, all right.
Okay, vitamin D.
I would put that at an A or B. A? Low A? What do you think, Laura? You're
Are you
not
asking
A.
me?
What did you put it?
I put an A.
A, okay.
I put an A because unless you live in Texas, it's probably a lot easier to get enough vitamin D. But even so, people don't go outside as much as they used to, and when they do, they're like, let's put on all this sunscreen, right? So I just don't. It just generally is like a very common thing for people to be deficient in. So I would say A, because I think almost everybody could use some vitamin D supplementation at some point.
Yeah,
right?
Agreed.
Yeah. But it's not S because you can still get it from the sun and from fish.
You should. Yeah.
So you notice that almost all these things, like, really just eat more fish, and this is going to get better, right?
Eat fish, bitch.
Magnesium.
Magnesium as a supplement.
Mm-hmm.
B or C, maybe? Would you put it at?
I put it at B.
If you need it, it can be incredibly helpful.
Right.
But if you don't need it, you shouldn't be. It goes lower, right? If you need it, if you're lacking magnesium, then A.
It competes with. Yeah. I don't remember now. Copper. It competes with something, right? So if you have enough magnesium and you take it and you don't need it, you could be becoming deficient in something else because you're overtaking it, and now you're not getting enough copper or whatever it competes with, right? Different things compete with different things, so it's not always a good idea to just take a whole bunch of something that you don't even know if you need or not.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's why I would say B, but I think also a lot of people don't get enough magnesium.
Yeah.
And like you said, if you do need it, it could be very helpful.
Yeah.
But that's also why I suggest getting things from food, because when you get them in food, they come at the right ratios, right?
Right.
And you're less likely to overdose on something.
Yeah, because you're getting like 500 milligrams, like 78% of your daily value. What if you're already getting? Yeah.
Most magnesium supplements, at least, aren't like extreme amounts.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, adaptogens.
I don't know much enough about that.
So that was the one I was like, I don't know if where I'm like, this is my list. So adaptogens are things like ashwagandha or rhodiola or ginseng or maca. There's a whole bunch of them, right?
There's some good things about certain ones.
Yeah, and generally, like, they all have slightly different things. Like ashwagandha can help with anxiety, and like you can take it before bed to calm you down, like that kind of thing. Rhodiola is actually going to give you more energy, so it would be better to take in the morning. So they all have slightly different things that they can help with. But overall, adaptogens help you adapt to stress, right? So like keeping your cortisol level, that kind of stuff, right? And there's lots of evidence to support that they actually can be beneficial with all those things, and like, recovering from a workout or something like that, right? So I'm going to give it a B because there is a lot of evidence to show that it's helpful, and it's really hard to get. Like, you're not just going to go out in the wild and get some ashwagandha, so you're going to get that from a supplement, right? So you're not going to be able to find that in your diet, but it's also not something that you necessarily need. There's no need for this, but it can be helpful and beneficial. So I'm giving it a B.
They're like elite, like rich people subs. Not really, but you know what I mean? It's like
I take ashwagandha, yeah, and rhodiola. Like, I just started. Sorry, go ahead.
It's like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Do you remember learning about that? It's like the things you can think about if your needs are met on these different basic levels, and once you get up to the top of the pyramid, if you're all good, you've made it to the top of the period. It's like adaptogens. Yeah. I feel like that's where it is.
I do take. I just started rhodiola, which I've never taken that one before. And I've noticed lately that I have a lot more like this like level energy, that I feel like I'm not as tired as I normally am. And I really wonder if it's that. It could just be a coincidence. I've been taking it for like 2 weeks now.
Could it be placebo?
No, because I didn't even think about it. Like I kind of just put it, it's not like, ooh, this is going to give me energy. So it was more like me going, huh, I have more energy lately. Why do you think, like, cause I'll be like, what am I doing differently? Why do I think
you
that
think
is?
that is, Laura?
Yeah, that's what I do. So anyway, but some people have like bad reactions to certain ones too. So like some people rhodiola like makes them like, I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, and there's another one I take that's supposed to help with concentration, but I don't think that one helps because what is it called? I don't remember, but anyway. All right. They're fun to play around with. If you yeah, like you said, if you're it's
if you're at the top of the pyramid, go for it.
Yeah, this is where you can like play around a little bit. Detox powders.
Oh no. Yeah,
F. Yeah, I had to put something on there that's an F,
okay.
right? Because I'm like going through my list and I'm like, I have no F's on here. I need to think of something. So
how about greens powders?
I have that on here too.
I wouldn't maybe give those an F. Maybe
I gave it an F. I give it an F because it's like, just eat your vegetables.
But there's not nothing in there. I mean, at least the greens powders are not like if it's I don't care what's in it. If it's called a detox powder, F you, you're getting an F because I don't care what's in it. But greens powder, it maybe the label says all these great things it's going to do, but it's just called greens powder. I mean, sure there's some nutrients in it, so you still don't need it. I'd give it a D, but
I'm giving it an F. I don't like it. I don't like it. But you could, okay, so with the detox powder, there probably are some where, okay, these things can be helpful for your liver, right? There's probably some beneficial things in there. You can make that argument, but I'm still putting it in F.
Okay.
Because I'm like, food, eat real food.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing with the greens. Like I've heard people who promote them and they're like, well, I was on this, I went on vacation and there wasn't like a lot of, vegetables around, and so I started drinking that or whatever to feel like I'm getting my vegetables in, and I understand that, but at the same time I'm like, does it really make that big of a difference?
No.
In those couple of days? And still, there's most places you go, you could still go to the grocery store.
Yep.
Right? Go buy some lettuce.
Your digestion, it's not really giving you fiber, I don't think, those greens powders.
I don't know.
It's not helping your digestion.
Anyway, I give it a, but yeah, sure. I can see a D. Okay, probiotics.
Oh. I think a D or a C, but I feel like I haven't done much reading about them lately. Yeah. But from the last time I educated myself on probiotics, that's where I'd put it. Would you give it?
I give it a C. I think that some people take them and they're like, wow, this was like a miracle. I feel so much better. The problem I have with them, there's a couple. Well, one, like, it's really hard to get through your digestive tract to actually get in there because your stomach acid eats them before it gets there. So how much are you actually getting can be a problem. Another is if you, like, let's say you take the same one all of the time, you might be creating imbalances of your gut bacteria because you're taking this one that has this in it, right? And you're like, it's not natural the same way you would be doing it with food, right? So that's the other reason. But I think they're overhyped because I think prebiotics are more important than probiotics. So prebiotics are things with fiber in them and things that feed your gut bacteria. So those would be way more beneficial than taking probiotics. And it's a lot cheaper to do that. So if you want to save your money. But I would think like if you just went through a round of antibiotics or something and you wanted to take some probiotics to, replenish your gut bacteria, I don't think that's a bad idea. But yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Something about, I don't know if it's prebiotics or probiotics, it's probably both, but the strains that are there might not necessarily be the strains that your gut needs. You might be, like you said about the ratio and the balance and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, yeah.
Yeah, because there's not like variation in the strains that are in it. So again, it's just like,
you might be
a variety of foods.
Ones. Yeah, and they don't, most of this stuff, like I feel like eventually in the future we'll get to a place where it's like, they can just scan you or something and be like, you need this. You know, you need some magnesium, girl, you know, whatever it is. And then, you know, your gut bacteria is probably, most people are imbalanced somehow, and you could know which one to take and whatever. Anyway.
Man, this guy on that podcast we were listening to and talking about mitochondrial testing, Don and I were both like, how can we get our mitochondria tested?
I know, I want to do that.
Wow.
I did listen to that. Did listen to the podcast. I love, like I said, I love mitochondria talk.
Yeah.
Like this is up my alley.
Yeah.
All right, multivitamins.
C.
C, I
Solid
agree.
C. Very meh.
Agree.
There's probably nothing wrong with taking them. You're not gonna. There's not really a high risk of overdosing on anything in particular, but again, whole foods.
Yeah.
Again, if you want to try to cover your bases and take a multivitamin, that's fine. You know, most people don't need it, especially if you eat a whole food diet.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And I same thing. Like, sometimes you take something and you don't need it. And when you take that thing and you don't need it, it makes you lower in other things because everything competes with each other and you're imbalancing everything. And it's not always a good idea to just take a blanket thing that, you know. So yeah, I agree. But sometimes it can be helpful, I guess, because you don't know what you're low in and whatever.
Yeah.
So I'd give it a C.
Solid
C. Yeah. If you notice, most of mine are in C. Most of them are like, because I'm like, eat real food. Just eat real food.
That's my answer for all of them.
Eat real food. We are digging past. Okay, collagen. Last one.
B.
Okay.
B. You know, there's a lot of haters on collagen. It's like, it's not a complete protein. It's like, but that's not the point of taking it.
Yeah.
I think collagen supplementation for specific populations can be super beneficial in other areas that have nothing to do with like muscle building.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'd recommend it for a lot of people, especially women who are getting older.
I gave it a C, but I might bump it up to a B too, because just like a lot of the other things that are higher on my list, it's hard to find in your diet, right? It's hard to get enough of it from your diet.
And it's
because
because we're not eating nose to tail.
We don't eat bones anymore.
Yeah.
Right. We don't. I make like you can make bone broth or something like that. It would probably be better than just taking a collagen supplement. But yeah. So
I remember there was a reel, I want to say it was over a year ago, that was going around. And it was this scientific guy that was explaining in a way that made total sense why collagen supplementation does literally nothing. And I don't remember his reasoning, but it was something about what happens to the amino acids once they go into your body and how your body doesn't, when collagen is in a packaged form from like food, the way that your body recognizes it and digests it versus when it comes from a supplement, the way that it breaks it down. And so it literally does nothing. Yeah. And it was very convincing, but I didn't look much further into it. But it was recently after that I was kind of just like looking into more like anecdotal results. So there's so many people that are like, I don't care what this guy says, I take collagen and I instantly notice a difference in my hair, my skin, my nails. So something's happening, you know?
Yeah.
And I agree. I just started taking collagen a couple months ago and my nails are finally not cracking and breaking anymore. So it's like,
yeah, I definitely notice it in my nails when I take it.
Yeah.
And just like everything else, I think it's in between. He's partly right. I think it's hard to absorb all of it, right?
Yeah,
so I don't think you're getting as much as, you know, as if you were getting so if you're getting 20 grams in that tub, it's probably not the same if you're getting 20 grams from bone broth or something.
Right.
All right. That was my last one.
Cool. That was fun.
Yeah.
Pick a number 1 through 6. I hate the number 6, by the way. I wanted to have a 7. I don't like the number 6.
Why?
Because it's only 1 after 5, and 5 is a perfect number. And so is 10. But 7 is actually a really nice number too, because it's right in between 5 and 10. But 6 is only 1 more than 5, and 9 is only 1 less than 10. So 6 and 9 are bad numbers. 8 is acceptable, but I don't love it. 7 is a great number. That's my reason. So 6 is not good.
What it's like to be in Jamie's brain.
That's the reason. If it's 1 more or 1 less than a multiple of 5, then it's a bad number.
One more question. why is 5 a perfect number?
I don't know. I don't know the answer.
Okay,
But
that's
like
fine.
by radio, if it lands on 49, like it has to be 50. I could take 48. 47 would be great. 46, no. 45 would be fine. So like if the radio lands on like a bad number, then I have to change it. I'm sure there's people listening that agree with me. I'm not the only one.
No, I don't think there is. Although we all have our weird things, right? I remember telling somebody once this, and they were like, "I wouldn't tell people that." Kind of like what you just did, like, "Oh, okay, someone's little cookie." I have to eat things in like even numbers and put them on both sides of my mouth.
Huh.
Yeah, so if I have like Tic Tacs or something, I don't eat Tic Tacs, but like I think that was the thing back in the day that I had, and I'm like I have to have 2 or 4, and I have to put like, well, actually I've been stuck on it, so I don't know. But like if I'm eating M&Ms, I have to one side on the mouth. It has to be even.
Do you go back and forth, or you have to have 2 in your mouth at the same time?
No, they don't have to be in my mouth at the same time.
Okay,
I could distribute it. And
do that a little. Like if I eat like an M&M and I chewed it 3 times on one. So what I like to do is I kind of like roll it around in my mouth and then I bite it in the middle to get the shell off. Mm-hmm. And then I try to get like half the shell off in one piece, and then I kind of munch it like a squirrel in between my front teeth, and then I push the rest of the M&M to the side of my mouth and chew it. And if I did that on one side, then the next M&M has to be on the other side.
Yes.
So although like
if it is an odd number, I break it in half.
Yeah. No, I do that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay, so I'm going to pick number 3. Going back to our...
So it's cold out, right? And my gym is outside, which I forgot was going to be an issue in the winter. And it's really not that big of a deal because it really only gets cold for like 2 weeks here, where it's like in the 30s or 40s during the day, because even now it's cold in the morning and stuff, but it gets up to like 50s, 60s and sunny in the day. So it actually feels very nice. But what I forgot is that metal gets cold all the way to the inside. Mm-hmm. And so the bars and the things are cold. Yes. And that's going to be okay once in a while. Like yesterday, it was fine because it actually got very nice out. We actually got sweaty when we were working out. I was like, okay, this is doable. But like today, no, that's not happening. I'm not going to go in there. And I always think I will. Like summertime, Jamie is like, it won't be a problem. You just barrel through. Like, this is not a big deal. Excuses, bullshit, whatever. But now that it's here, I'm like, eh. So I was trying to think of a solution because yesterday I was feeling very like I really needed to work out. I'm off my routine because the weather has now really thrown me. So I went out in the gym and I didn't need to do a full workout. So this is the other thing, is that I'm doing 3 days a week of full body strength, but I want to get some more, like I really do want to do more with my arms or like my core, but I don't necessarily want to be like, oh, I have this workout where I have to now enter the gym and be cold and uncomfortable. So the whole point of this is I went outside and I noticed, I forgot that I had those adjustable dumbbells that I bought when we were moving. They're like go up to 80 pounds each. And so I moved them inside next to the TV, and I got my daughter to do arms and abs with me while we watched Love is Blind, which you can judge me if you want, but we talk about it and we skip over the parts that are not appropriate. And she's going to watch this crap anyway because she's now like on Disney and Netflix searching for like Love Island and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, don't really want you watching that, but we can do Love is Blind together. So anyway, my daughter and I did arms and abs in my living room with my adjustable dumbbells while we watched like TV, and it was so easy to complete. And the idea that you can make something, you can pair something that feels hard with something that's fun and instantly makes it easier. For some of my 3 days a week full body, I'll do it. I'll go to the garage. I'll do what I have to do. But I'm going to do like some arms and abs with my dumbbells watching TV twice a week. And I look forward to it now.
I love arms and abs.
Arms and abs. Who doesn't want arms and abs? And I'm going to get my shoulders. You know what?
You said arbs and abs, so I just said I love arbs and abs.
Arbs. Arms and abs, baby.
Yeah, I used to hate working out in my garage when it was freezing, but I did it. Yeah. I went out there every time, like no excuses, right? But you're right. It wasn't me that it was cold. Like I was cold when I'd first get out there and I'd be like, I don't want to do this, but I would eventually warm up because when you're working out, you warm up really quickly. It wasn't me that was cold. It's the bar. It gets freezing And it would be like on those -20 days.
Oh my God.
Picking up a bar, like I don't like use.
It's like
I don't
holding
know.
ice. It's literally like holding onto ice.
It's so much harder to deadlift. It's so
oh
much
my God.
harder.
Do you wear gloves? Did you wear gloves?
No, I just did it. Yeah. Now in my shed, the electric heater, I leave it at 50, so it never gets below 50.
Oh, okay.
And then I will, when I get in here to work out, I turn it to like 57, and that's all I need. That's as low. That's the temperature I work out in, which is funny because you're like, that's cold.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, you warm up, and the bar is probably a little chilly, but it's not like ice. It's not like holding ice, I bet.
No.
It
isn't. It's not that bad. At that temperature, I don't really even notice it being that cold.
Yeah.
No.
I had a client that lived in Canada, and all of her stuff was out in the garage.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I've had clients in Canada. I know I've had clients in cold temperatures before with garage gyms, but I've never had one like this where she was out there. She would send me her.
Yeah. She Olympic lifts and stuff.
Yeah.
Was she the one that did Olympic lifts? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, yes. She really wanted to. She didn't like do them. She wanted to do she wanted to learn them. It was very fun. She was very fun. But yeah, she would be out there in gloves and like a coat with like a barbell and like
that's
every
badass.
day.
That's dedication. Yeah.
I was like, I am not. I would not. And I'm like, this is my job, and I would not. I'd be like, get some indoor stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right.
2.
You know what's an amazing source of protein that I always forget about? And I think, I thought this was going to be easier to find in Korea, but I couldn't find it. And I found it here. And yesterday 2 days ago, I was having a day where I really needed my 30 to 40 grams of protein with lunch, but we had no proteins. And I was like, we don't have any proteins that I can cook quickly. And so I looked in the freezer, and we just happened to have these Parmesan crusted tilapia fillets. So I'm like, okay, so yummy, but Parmesan crusted, right?
Yeah.
So I pulled them out, and bless my husband, he brought it home. Like, this is a great quick protein source. And I instantly flipped that bag over, and I was like, equal fat, equal protein. I was like, instant issue, right? It's got like 12 grams of fat and 14 grams of protein.
Okay.
So I'm like, dang it. But so 14 grams of protein, I'd have to have 2, but they're 250 calories each. So that'd be 500 calories in order to get 30 grams of protein. So I'm kind of like, I was like frustrated, and I was like, I don't know what. And then I remembered what I had in my freezer, and it was a bag of shelled edamame. For 1 cup of shelled edamame, it's 18 grams of protein. Okay. Dude, 18. And soy has all of the essential amino acids like meat does. So you're not even missing anything. So I sauteed those babies up, a cup of edamame with some onions and like mushrooms that I had left over. And then I put my little crusted tilapia fillet on it. So I got to, eat that. And I still got my 30 grams of protein. And edamame has like 7 grams of fiber. And I am just like edamame for the win. Do you ever eat it?
I've had it before, but it's not my favorite thing. And it didn't really agree with my stomach.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Did you eat it shelled or unshelled?
I don't remember. I think it was just frozen, but I don't know what that means. I don't remember.
I love shelled. When they're in the pods, when you go to like Asian restaurants and you can get it and you pop them. So I'll buy them in the pods. It was
shelled then, yes. Okay.
Yeah, but so I love eating them, but when you get them already shelled, so they're just like peas, like in a bag.
Oh, okay. No, it had the shell on it.
Yeah, you got to pop them out in that case.
Okay.
But which is fine, but you got to do a lot of popping them to get that full cup. When they're shelled and they're just like peas in a bag and you have a whole cup of them, 18 grams of protein.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not supposed to eat the outside? I thought that was just like extra fiber or something.
That was your problem. That was your problem. That's why you didn't like it.
Then why would they freeze them that way?
Because then you steam them that way, and it's like you pop them out. It's like it's like a fun edible. Oh, dude. You're like, they weren't that good.
That's why.
You ate the pod?
It's not like a pea where you can eat the outside of it?
No. You know what's funny is I've tried to eat it before. I just wanted to see what the texture felt. It was unedible.
I don't like them.
The chewy, like you can't, dude. That's funny.
When we went to the apple orchard, they were like, I don't know. We went on a hay ride, right? And then we stopped at the one part of the farm, and there was edamame there, soy, whatever.
Why? Oh, like you could pick them?
And he picked them and we could eat them and
What?
whatever. And he didn't tell us to take them out of the shell. He said, just eat it like that. I'm assuming you can.
You must, of course, right? It's not really meant to be.
It's not meant to be, though.
Not enjoyable. No, you're supposed to.
It would be like eating a banana with the peel on it.
Or, you know what it's kind of like? Because I did this with sunflower seeds. My husband, I guess, knew about this, but didn't introduce it to our relationship until recently. Because, you know, we do all these road trips to El Paso. We're in the car 8 hours. And sunflower seeds, oh my God, they're phenomenal for road trips. Kind of like the M&M thing I was telling you about. You have these little ways that you like kind of, you know, figure out these little mouth routines to get this thing out. And they're covered in salt. And
it takes so much work. So it takes you a while to eat one.
And you're playing around with it. And it's got nutrients in it. And, you know, it keeps you from just like snacking on other things. And so my husband taught me this way. I guess this is how everybody does it. You take a small handful and like put them in your cheek like a squirrel. And then you pull one at a time to the front.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah. And they got like dill flavor and ranch flavor and like, anyway, so I didn't understand how to do it at first. So I was popping in my mouth and chewing the whole thing up. And I was like, how the hell does this work? And he's like, you're supposed to spit out the shell. So then I'm spitting out the shell in like shards. And he's like, I'm like, this is really frustrating. This is not fun.
You've never eaten sunflower seeds like that?
I think I had, like, my dad would bring him camping, but I remember I'd have one or two, and then it wasn't like, I think I would crunch the whole thing up, and I couldn't figure out a nice, clean way.
It's like a skill that your mouth learns to do.
It is.
Yeah.
But once you learn the skill, it's quite fun. And that's how I feel like it is for edamame. It's not like that much of a skill, but it's a fun little activity. You pick them up and you kind of bite it out and you pop the little things out. And that's why it's a good appetizer at like a Japanese restaurant, because you kind of, and they salt them or flavor them on the outside. So you kind of suck it and then pop the thing and then you get the flavor. Anyway.
I'm just laughing at how stupid I was.
We need an edamame redo for Laura, because I'm like, how do you not like edamame? 18 grams of protein for a cup.
I'm going to buy some and retry and maybe get them already shelled.
Yeah, that's what was hard to find. I could find them shelled in Korea. With the shell. I couldn't find them shelled. And so I didn't feel like, I wasn't looking for a fun snack. I was looking for like a protein bomb. And those are amazing.
All right.
Next.
I'm going to pick 6 now.
You know what's so silly?
Is
the fact that we still think the tryptophan in turkey is what makes us tired on Thanksgiving. Like, if that were true, why aren't you falling asleep after your turkey sandwich on a random Wednesday?
I always thought that was weird. That was a weird thing, because I'm like, we eat tryptophan other times.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, if you're looking at correlation, have you ever noticed that every time you eat a heavy meal, you feel tired? Like, there's a correlation, but every time you have a turkey sandwich, you don't fall asleep. Yet for some reason on Thanksgiving, we're like, oh, it's the turkey. I just said that to somebody too. I was like, man, I feel tired. And they were like, all that turkey. I was like, no, it's not the turkey. It's the mashed potatoes and the mac and cheese and the corn pudding and the pumpkin pie.
Carbohydrates are going to make you tired.
And the fat. Your body slows everything down when it has to digest a lot of fat.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, that's why you're on the couch. So that was
the damn 6. Tryptophan.
Oh man, it's that turkey. I was like, did you really eat that much turkey? That's the other thing, is people don't eat that much. Usually people don't eat that much turkey. It's the sides. It's everything else that they're eating. They have this little piece of turkey and they think that's what did it.
Tryptophan is a precursor for serotonin, right? I think that's why that's where that came from.
It's a precursor for melatonin, I think.
Or melatonin? Well, serotonin also it also helps you make melatonin.
Okay.
So it's probably all mixed together. Okay, so that's where that came from.
Yeah.
But at least it came from it's like it can help you, you know, sleep better, but it's not going to put you to sleep.
Yeah, it's not like it can create a couple of positive, you know, environment changes in your body to help get you to the point where it doesn't knock you out.
But just because you take tryptophan, I don't think you're all of a sudden going to make melatonin. You have to be in the environment where your body thinks it's time to make melatonin. Yeah. So if you eat turkey in the middle of the day, it's not just going to be like, okay,
also,
time to make
if it's
melatonin.
Like once a year on Thanksgiving that we all start talking about the tryptophan in turkey, why wouldn't turkey be the ultimate like pre-bed snack?
Yeah, do other things have more tryptophan?
We should market that. Like, Oh,
Turkey.
that's the other thing. Turkey doesn't even have that much tryptophan compared to some other. I think chicken has more.
I think other things have more.
Yeah, it's not even that high in tryptophan. So it's just funny because it's like, yeah, why wouldn't that would be the ultimate marketing thing? Like, oh, the tryptophan in turkey. You also need protein overnight to make sure that, you know, your muscles don't degenerate while you're sleeping. So now I'm going to market to you like turkey. Buy my turkey, high in tryptophan, high in protein. Eat it before bed. I'm going to sell it to menopausal women.
Yeah.
To preserve muscle and fall asleep easily. Jaime's turkey. Anyway, that was 6. Next.
1. We do 1 yet?
So we were talking about electrolytes earlier. So I was in El Paso and I had that feeling of like, this is a day where I need some electrolytes. And I was in my father-in-law's apartment and he doesn't have a lot, right? He's a older man that lives alone. But I thought he might have some liquid IV. So I was going through his pantry and he's like, what are you looking for? And I was like, some sort of electrolyte. Do you have anything? And as he starts offering me all these random things that I don't actually want. But then he goes, well, I have beet juice. And I went, oh, because what's the best things in electrolytes are the potassium and the sodium. And it's the potassium sodium ratio that really helps. And it's like a 3-to-1 potassium sodium ratio. And that's like, there's other things in there, but it's the potassium and the sodium that really give you that wake up feeling. So I was like, I wonder if there's potassium in beet juice. And I love beets. So I looked at it, crap ton of potassium in beet juice. So I go to ChatGPT and I'm like, hey, so I tell it, you know, sitting here, my father-in-law, he's got beet juice. It has potassium. This would logically make a good electrolyte. And ChatGPT is like, you're the smartest person on earth. Yes, it would. So I took beet juice. I took like 8 ounces of beet juice and 8 ounces of sparkling water. I added salt for the sodium and I added a squeeze of lime just to, you know, liven everything up. It was so good. If you like beets, it was so good. I made everybody in the apartment. I was like, who wants a beet juice electrolyte cocktail? I was handing out beet juice electrolytes to everybody. And it like cleared me up. Like I felt so good after. Beet juice electrolytes. I thought of you because I was like, I don't know if Laura likes beets, but I know she likes natural things.
I put it in my shake. I put beets. I don't put beet juice. I put actual beets in my shake.
Well, there you go. So as soon as we got back, my husband on the grocery list, it was beet juice. He called me. He's like, you want beet juice? I was like, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I had that yesterday, pre-workout, beet juice, sparkling water, squeeze of lime, salt.
Great pre-workout, especially before like endurance or cardio things.
Oh yeah, because it's got some sugar in it too. It was like 90 calories for 8 ounces. So I got that a little bit of a sugar in there too, from natural form. What else is good for the energy portion in beets?
Maybe it's the nitrate. Something else in there is like. It does something for your cardio. I would have to research more. I just know that it is, but I don't remember why.
Beets. Yeah. Next, rapid fire. 4 and 5 are left.
5. Get that perfect one in there.
You know what is the freaking best, like, late night snack when it's cold outside? I can't even call it a snack. I feel like that's misleading you while you're trying to guess. You don't eat it.
I don't eat it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Chai. Do you ever drink chai?
Yeah.
I mean, lots of teas could work, right? So any hot tea would be nice.
I like hot tea at night.
Yeah. Any hot tea is real and it warms you up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, see, the thing I like about chai, especially if you get like vanilla chai, is it kind of, and you add a little sweetener in there, whatever you want. You can do regular honey or you can do like monk fruit, whatever it is, with a little milk. And it tastes like dessert. Okay. Or like lightly spiced and sweet and
yeah.
Yeah,
I do have chai tea.
Yeah,
I always forget about tea. I don't know why, but I need to drink it more.
Do you know that saying chai tea is kind of like saying tea? Because chai literally means tea.
I think I've heard that before.
It's like saying fiesta party. Like, we're going to have a fiesta party. It's like you just said party. All right, my last one is more of a question.
Okay.
How do you make sure you get your steps in when it's so cold outside?
A treadmill, but my treadmill's in my garage, so it's very cold. But I do have a little heater in there, and it doesn't really do much. But
do you go out there every day?
I most days, yeah. The other thing I do is in the morning. It's like it depends. Like today, my deck was full of snow. I didn't have time to shovel it off, so I couldn't really do that. But I'll go out my deck. So at least on the deck, I'm not walking in a bunch of. It's easier to walk on my deck than it is in my yard or out throughout the neighborhood when I don't really have. I don't know. Anyway, so I will go outside, drink my shake, which makes it even colder, like a weirdo, and go outside. and walk, because it's really important to get sunlight in your eyes first thing in the morning, right? So I do that for like 10 minutes, and I know that's not a lot of steps, but it does help me get some extra steps. And it also helps me adapt to the cold. So I want to be cold so that I get used to the cold. That's one way. I also just walk throughout my house.
Yeah.
I get steps throughout my house. Yeah. And I will still go out and get walks out into the neighborhood with a coat on and all bundled up.
That's one of the things. It's like, I truly understand the friction of like it being so cold outside. And I really feel for people who live in areas where extreme weather is also a part of winter, when it's like constant snow or windstorms or ice and just nastiness. I think at that point it would be hard for me to just say bundle up and go. But really, bundle up and go is like the best. You just have to, because like all the walking around your house and like these little things, they do add up, but it's not going to get you to that 10K ish unless you're doing something that's super intentional walking, right?
Well, I mean, like I intentionally walk through my house. I'll walk back and forth and listen to a podcast. It's just, it takes longer though, because I have to turn around, right?
Yeah.
And I have to keep
You're
turning
not going
around
as fast as,
Yeah. So
that little bit of loss in momentum actually does make it.
Yeah, it takes a lot longer. On the treadmill, it's faster. So a lot of times I do the treadmill, but the treadmill is also, I think, what hurt my hip. And my hip gets all tight. I think that's why, because I started using the treadmill more because it is cold out, and that's when my hip started bothering me. I think it has something to do with the it's not my gait, right? It's like the treadmill is deciding what way I walk more than me like doing it.
Have you seen those? I don't want to call it a treadmill, but it's like a treadmill-ish type of contraption where it only moves when you walk.
They're like $3,000.
I'm not suggesting you buy one. I'm just wondering if you've ever seen it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to like say like I knew you weren't suggesting me buy one. I'm just like outraged at how expensive they are, because I want one. Are you talking about the one that's like they're like curved?
Yeah, they're like curved. Yeah.
And I want one because they're perfect for sprinting, right? You're doing sprint workouts because you can decide how fast you go. And the treadmill only goes up to 10. Mine only goes up to 10. So I can run faster than that, right? And I always feel, like I said, unbalanced. I think on this, I would feel more balanced. I really want one, but they're like $3,000.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I have. You know what is like, I feel like underrated. Like we're all like, oh, I need to get a Peloton, or oh, I need to get all this. You know how my mom, my dad and my stepmom used to work out watching TV, or not work out. They would get exercise in while watching TV. Have you seen those things that you literally take your actual bicycle and you put it on? It's like rollers.
I haven't seen one of those in a very long time.
They're so small. They don't take up a lot of room. And they would literally keep their bikes in the living room and put their bikes on these rollers. And they'd be like road bikes. So they'd be like leaning down, watching TV, just like racing their road bike in the middle of the living room. And I think back to that. I'm like, people are like, oh, I got to get this Peloton and I have to have this. Like, no, just get your bike. Just ride your bike inside. Even though I've never done it. But like, how simple.
I don't really like that. I don't really like the treadmill for that reason, because it's moving and it's deciding because if I'm walking, it's not always the exact same pace that I'm walking. And I don't know, it's artificial. And I think that's part of the reason I feel like I'm walking a little weird or something.
Treadmills and protein bars, man, all those artificial things that
I also don't like running on it because air fryers,
right, throwing themselves at you. Last thing I'll say before we wrap this up is just for steps outside. I would say those are not steps in the winter is I feel like you got to pick one. It's either bundle up and walk outside or get a walking pad. They're not that expensive. And I know that like a couple $100s is still expensive for a lot of people. I get that. But it's relatively inexpensive compared to things, and they last a while, and you can literally keep it in your living room and like walk while you watch TV. And we talked about like pairing things that feel hard with things that are fun. And it is such a great way to get steps in.
Yeah,
those are
definitely.
my 2 recommendations.
Yeah.
Or get dogs. We got dogs. I have no problem.
When I was a kid and I would work out, I would always like watch a fun show. You know what I used to watch is Real World Road Rules, like where they had like the competition. Like I would watch that all the time when I was working out. Yeah. So I would always pair it with something enjoyable so that
that's why Love is Blind feels like a guilty pleasure for me. So therefore I only do it when I'm doing something productive. So it's like, okay, you can watch Love is Blind, but you can only do it while you're working out or doing laundry. Like that's it. So if you're not doing workout or laundry, then you can't watch
it. Yeah, I do that with some shows. It'll be like my treadmill show.
Yeah.
I'll put my phone up on my treadmill and watch it. Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. Thanks for listening. That was fun. If you like this, please leave a comment, leave a review, share it with a friend. We would massively appreciate it. And we will see you next week.
Bye.